Nothing is inevitable, not even your genetics. The bottom line is, I don't care what the established opinion is. I only care about what works. And what I learned applies to every person who's ever felt their body breaking the promise it made them for 40 plus years. That if you lived right, worked hard, and saved your money, your golden years would actually be golden, not a daily battle against your own biology. Conventional medicine would say that's just aging. But now we found out exactly what to do to restore biological youth. For years, I watched people fight the same battle. I'd hear confessions like, "My kids keep asking if I'm okay. My husband has started driving everywhere because he doesn't trust me behind the wheel." Well, finally, I've figured out what to target to change your senior years into some of your healthiest, happiest, most productive, and even fittest years yet. I realized even people who could spend $10,000 a month on their health without blinking were losing this battle. So money wasn't the answer. Expensive treatments weren't the answer. There had to be something deeper going on, something the medical establishment was completely missing. All these problems had the same root cause, and it wasn't normal aging. It's what I call toxic DNA. Your cells are being poisoned from the inside out, and the damage is happening at the most fundamental level possible. Your DNA itself. Here's where it gets really scary. Most people think DNA damage is something that happens slowly over decades, but new research shows it can happen in weeks. A groundbreaking study from the University of Michigan found that new doctors had a 6 times increase in the signs of aging than normal during their first year of residency. 6 times faster. Why? Stress, the long hours, the constant pressure, the sleepless nights. It wasn't just exhausting them, it was damaging their DNA. These were young, healthy people in their 20s and 30s, prime of their lives, but their DNA aged 6 times faster nonetheless. And here's the thing. You don't have to be a doctor to experience this toxic DNA damage. Now let me ask you something. Can you think of anything stressful that's happened recently? Economic uncertainty, political chaos, health scares. We're living through one of the most stressful periods in human history, and your DNA is paying the price. In fact, a brand new study published in Nature Communications found something shocking. People's brains aged faster during the pandemic, even if they never got COVID. Just living through the stress was enough to accelerate cellular aging. Think about that for a second. The stress of simply existing in today's world is aging you faster than ever before. And it's not just your brain, it's your skin, your energy, your joints. Your entire body is breaking down under the weight of modern stress. And here's the worst part. Stress doesn't just make you feel older, it's literally reprogramming your cells to act older. Your DNA is being poisoned by the effects of the constant flood of stress hormones like cortisol. Environmental toxins are corrupting your genetic code. Inflammation is creating toxic byproducts that attack your DNA structure. And when that happens, your telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA, start to break down. Think of telomeres like the plastic tips on your shoelaces. When they're intact, everything stays together. The shorter your telomeres are, the older you look and feel. The longer they are, the younger you look and feel. So when they fray and wear out, your DNA starts to unravel. Your cells stop repairing themselves, and your body begins to age and fast forward. This is why you might feel like you've aged 10 years in the last 3. It's not your imagination. It's your DNA becoming toxic. Your telomeres taking rapid damage. But here's what's even worse. Once your DNA becomes toxic, it starts poisoning everything around it. Your cells begin pumping out inflammatory toxins instead of healing compounds. It's like having a broken factory that produces poison instead of the products you need. And that poison spreads throughout your body, causing brain fog as toxic proteins clog your neural pathways, triggering joint pain as inflammatory compounds attack your cartilage, draining your energy as your cellular powerhouse is shut down. Lack of energy alone can make you feel decades older than you actually are. But here's the good news. Once I realized what was really happening inside people's cells, everything changed. Because if the problem is toxic DNA, then the solution isn't managing symptoms. It's giving your body what it needs to clean out the toxic garbage, stop accelerated damage to the corrupted DNA, and restore your cells back to their healthy, youthful state. I'll show you the exact 3-step protocol in just a moment. Imagine your body looking, moving, and feeling like it's aging in reverse. In fact, a key to doing so was one of the biggest anti-aging breakthroughs we've ever come across, awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology, activating what scientists call the immortality enzyme. Altogether, I call this breakthrough activating the youth switch, a 3-step cellular detox process that protects your DNA from further toxic damage, clears out the accumulated cellular poison, and rebuilds your genetic protection systems. And when that happens, people start sleeping through the night again. Their energy returns. The brain fog lifts as toxic proteins dissolve. They stop being the person everyone worries about and become the person everyone turns to again. They don't just feel better. They feel like themselves again, but stronger, more vibrant, more alive than they'd felt in years. The first step of the Youth Switch cellular regeneration protocol is DNA protection. The second step is cellular repair. Then the third step, immortality enzyme activation.